and love, fam. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend. Yours truly. Here I am in the flesh, about to bring you some great information. Nah, that's my new spiel, guys. So I want to hype myself up so I can believe in myself. So sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to tell yourself one thing and then work yourself into being that thing. So I am becoming the myth, the legend. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. But again, welcome to the channel. I'm blessed to be able to come before you guys, and I thank you guys for supporting me and doing the things that you're doing in the comments that keeps allowing me to bring different topics to the table. All right, guys, let's understand why the body is getting fat and why we're getting fat and fatter and fatter. It's actually a protective mechanism that the body is using in order to protect itself from the toxins. So therefore, the becoming of fat in the short term, how contradictory it may seem, is actually a protection. It's actually a benefit for you and I. This is because the body is using that fat to protect us from those toxins that is going to destroy us in a short period of time. So in the short term, the fat that we're accumulating in response to the toxins that we've been overloaded with is actually something that's beneficial. So understand that it's beneficial, but it's not beneficial for the long term. So we have to make the adjustment with the nutrition, have to make the adjustment with the cosmetics, have to make the adjustment with limiting ourselves to the environmental exposures of toxins as best as we can. And we have to, again, eliminate the toxic use of cosmetics, dish detergents, washing powders, soaps, lotions, all those things that can contain the toxins that are not good for the body, overloading the body along with the diet that we may be eating that may be over toxified. So again, buying organic would be the best way to go. It would be the way that gives us at least the best chance to minimize the amount of toxins that are on the food, as long as you're getting it from a reputable source, all right? So again, understanding that the fat is there as a protective mechanism, and it is good for us in the short term if we are being overloaded with the toxins, which most of us are. That's why we are becoming so big, so out of shape, and again, destroying the quality of life and the longevity of the life. So we must realize why the body is becoming fat and work to minimize those things that are creating the fats. Again, when you're dealing with nutrition, many people say there's a lot of confusion out there. It's a lot of ignorance and it's a lot of deception out there. You know what I mean? So in attempt to sell products, in the attempt to bloat or elevate themselves above others, people are giving out information that is just not natural to the physiology. And some of them really don't know that what they're giving is not natural. Just because you can create a way for the body to lose weight, i.e. the ketogenic diet, doesn't mean that it's natural for the body to lose weight in that way. The consuming of animal flesh, and again, I know some of you guys still eat meat, and I'm not bashing meat, but we have to be 100 on this channel. We have to be 100 in society, and that's why society has been a mess for a very long time, because people are not 100. They're trying to sell you something, and they really don't want to submit to that which proves their theory wrong if they feel as if they're the expert on it. Again, the body, this human physiology was not designed to consume meat. If it was, then you could consume that meat as is and not get poisoned by it. I want you to go and try that and see if not you become super sick or poisoned by it. And you definitely won't like the taste. You have to alter that meat in order to consume it, in order to enjoy it. Now, this makes no sense that the supreme intelligence, that's what I refer to. Some of you refer to him as the God or to her as the God. Again, it's the intelligence that embodies everything that's on this earth. So I call it the supreme intelligence. And then it manifests itself in different forms, in different ways, etc. So with the supreme intelligence, that this body is made up of, with all the unique and very intricate millisecond transactions and interactions within the body, within the cells. You mean to tell me that that intelligence would have to make it so difficult for us to survive that we would have to hunt down and kill animals that we don't have the anatomical tools to do in and of them, in and of ourselves, without creating tools in order to do it? Then we would have to create a mechanism in which to cook it so that we wouldn't be poisoned by it, i.e. the fire, i.e. stoves, etc. Then we have to take knives in order to be able to cut it, in order for us to be able to chop it up into smaller slices in order to eat it. How is this natural for the human physiology when these tools were not available from day one? All right. Contrary, or yes, not contrary, but conversely speaking, you look at the plant kingdom, you look at the fruit kingdom, period. You don't have to do anything as far as modification in order to consume that which is natural for the physiology in terms of plant and fruit. All you may have to do is wash it off. That's period. Again, I'm not telling you that you can't or don't need, I'm not telling you you can't eat meat. What I am telling you is that meat is not essential for your survival and it's not natural to this human physiology. You cannot dispute what it is that I'm telling you because it's an actual fact. You don't have the molars, meaning the teeth, to rip through that animal flesh in order to consume that animal flesh. Your physiology, your digestive tract, your digestive system will become poisoned by you eating that meat raw. So you have to alter it. And in altering that food and having to cook that food at high temperature, then you create within the body what is called AGEs, AGES, advanced glycation end products. And scientists after scientists will tell you that this leads to the shortening of the lifespan. It creates free radicals in the body. The sugars from the advanced glycation end products bind to protein lipids in the body, rendering those protein lipids unable to be renewed, and the pretty much the quality, the standard, and the longevity of the body is tied up into the proteome, what they call the proteins of the body. You know what I mean? Protein is not everything. So many of you are going to say, well, we have to eat meat in order to get the protein. Again, this is a myth. Plants have plenty of protein, and the body creates a lot of its own protein. Understand that. Again, proteins are only amino acid chains, and the plant kingdom is full of amino acids. So understand exactly what it is that you're talking about before you repeat what it is that they're selling you, and you buy it, hook and ladder. Consuming that animal protein, consuming that animal fat destroys the system. It creates within the system inflammation, just as processed sugars, just as too much carbohydrate, grains, and things of that nature. So you have to be aware of what it is that you're doing in order for you to be able to correct what it is that you need to correct. I'm doing the same thing. I'm coming through a phase of 8 years where I have been in a battle for my life with my health, even though I'm in health and fitness, even though I am an instructor. So I had to learn the nutrition. I had to learn the ins and outs of the herbs. I had to learn what foods work with the body, what foods are natural to the body, not foods that we have been able to make natural, as make available for us to consume as if they are natural for the body. No animal product is natural for the human physiology. It poisons the human physiology. You don't like that animal meat unless you have to cook it and alter it. If it was natural to the body, you would be able to consume it without being poisoned by it, and you would be able to stomach it without having to cook it. You want and you can't do it. So let's get away from that idea. Now, with that being the case, if you want to continue to consume that animal flesh, the meat, then that's your choice. I'm not bashing you for doing it. I did it for many years. But at the same time, and I'm not a vegan in order to throw up my hand and say, look at me, or to bash you. What I am is I come to the understanding of what is natural for the physiology, and that easily led me in the direction to become a vegan. I had been away from red meat and pork for many years anyway. Also, dealing with the processed meats, you're actually dealing with something that has been labeled by the World Organization as being a class 1, I believe, carcinogen. In the same class as asbestos, tobacco, you have the processed meats, your bacon, your deli sliced hams, and all those things that are processed meats, all right? So those have been labeled as carcinogen. Meats in general are not natural for the body, not natural for the physiology. Yes, just because your body can assimilate some of the things from that meat doesn't mean that it's natural. Your body can assimilate pretty much anything, and that doesn't mean that it is natural to the body, and it does mean that in the long run it would eventually destroy the body quicker than it would if you was doing that which is natural. So get back to nature, understand nature, and understand what it is that you're doing, and know that there's no real confusion when it comes to understanding nutrition. There's a lot of deception. So all you need to do is understand nature, understand and look at your anatomy, look at your physiology, and then tie it to what it is that you're consuming, and know that if you have to alter it, that means it's not natural or necessary for the human physiology. Understand that, believe that, and have a beautiful and blessed day. I'll leave links, if I have any, in the description. Also, if you want to contact me, I'm at beyondcompetition@gmail.com. That's beyond with a BEYOUND. Yes, I meant to spell it that way. And competition, COMPETITION @gmail.com. I leave that in the description as well. Again, thank you for listening to me. Continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to question, and continue to move forward. With that being the case, I'm sending you peace. I'm sending you love. There's no two greater things on this earth, in my opinion. Peace. All right, family, check this out. Welcome back once again. What we're going right here is what we call a deadlift upright row, all right? So you're gonna have like 10 of these. So basically, you see my clients, they hinge at the hips, all right? As they reach towards their toes with the weight, their chest and shoulders are still upright. So don't fold your back, just hinge at the hips, meaning your bottom goes back and you go down to your toes. Then you pull your elbows straight up towards the ceiling and the weight comes towards your chin. Now, if you have a stepper, a box, if you have a small weights, plated weights, I have to show you those. But if you have a stepper, guys, so I recommend you go out and get one of these steppers right here. And you would do 5 pulsing squats. So they pulse 5, then they jump 1. That's 1. You'll do 5 of those, guys. You want to work this 3 times through 10 minutes. Peace and love, guys. Peace.